Hello, Simai, how are you? Today's Golok video is about varifocal glasses. So I'd like to briefly just go over what varifocals are, what problems they're trying to solve, and also what concerns some patient might have about going for varifocal glasses, and how we try to address those concerns. So as we get older, got to be careful how I word this, but usually in our, say, late 40s and 50s, the eye tends to lose its ability to focus up close. So if you're at this stage, you may notice your arms getting longer, holding text further away, or you may be taking distance glasses off, putting reading glasses on, chopping and changing, and so on. We make a bit of a joke about this, but it can be frustrating if you're doing this day in, day out. So I'll just share my screen. Bear with me. So a varifocal lens is essentially an all-distance lens, if you like. So I'll So you have a distance focusing or distance prescription through the top part of the lens that you see here, as you would do in your current distance glasses if you're wearing glasses all the time for driving, for instance. And then as you look down the lens, it slowly changes into middle distance focusing. So say your music sheet or computer screen. And then towards the bottom of the lens, you get the extra magnification to enable you to read, where the natural eye has lost that magnification effect. So it does make life much more convenient for those who go for varifocals and get on with varifocals. Should note here, there are lots of different varifocals on the market, probably tens, maybe even hundreds on the market, and each manufacturer will have different grades of quality, if you like. So I'll just cover the basics here. Our main supplier is Kodak, although we do source some lenses from Zeiss and other suppliers as well. But this is a general overview of what we consider to be a very basic varifocal lens on the left. So as you see here, there's a fairly wide distance portion at the top, but as we go down, the reading lens is quite narrow. Some people will be fine with this, but lots of people will have difficulty because there is some blurring and distortion to the periphery of the lens. If we switch over to the right-hand side, what's referred to as a free-form varifocal or better quality varifocal, you'll see the reading portion of the near portion is much wider, and this will be a completely different experience to using this lens on the left-hand side. So whenever, wherever you have your varifocal, I think the design of lens and the discussion that's had about the type of lens that's suitable for you is very important. So that's one thing to bear in mind. Once you are used to this, the main benefit then is that you can, as in this image, you can drive and see the dashboard, or you can look down a supermarket aisle and then look at the prices without chopping and changing. Watching TV and reading your book or your iPad is another one as well. So most people won't look back once they've gone for a varifocal. However, we often come across objections or concerns and uncertainty about going for varifocal for the first time. So the two main concerns that would come to my mind would be You know, am I going to get used to varifocals? That's a big one. That lots of people say, well, my wife or my husband or my parents had real difficulty and couldn't get on with them. Hence, I'd rather not. And that's understandable, because, you know, no varifocal lens is going to be perfect. Like on this image on the right, there is some distortion. There's a little bit of getting used to the lens, or adaptation, we would call it. But to try and alleviate that concern, or to take that risk away from you, we here have introduced a sort of a 60-day guarantee on the varifocal. So we do this with confidence, knowing that the better lenses work for vast majority of patients. But for those who do have difficulty, then there's a 2-month or 60-day period where that lens can be changed, refunded, altered, whatever you want to make sure that you're happy with the lens, basically. So hopefully that takes the risk of going for varifocal away from you, the patient. So that's the main concern we hear. The other one is cost, naturally, because varifocals are more expensive than just standard lenses. Usually this guarantee helps to some degree with the cost, in that if you know that you're going to get used to the lens, but if you're not, then you know we can replace the lens or refund. Then most people are happy with that, because they're happy to pay if they know that they're going to be happy with the lens. What we don't want, of course, is expensive lenses being bought and then not being used, being left in a drawer. So hopefully this 60-day guarantee helps with that as well. We have also introduced the offer of easy payments to cover the costs as well, so you can spread the cost of your varifocal glasses over either 3 months or 6 months, if that makes it easier for you. So that's it. There's a lot more that we could go into with varifocals, in terms of lens design, and varifocals that are specific for computer screen, and varifocals that are specific for driving, and all the different measurements, again, that can be taken to improve the accuracy of the fitting and therefore the wearing experience. But all that would be covered by the dispensing opticians here, or wherever you go to have your varifocals fitted. So hopefully you've learned a little bit from that. If you've got any questions, please comment below, or email us, phone us. I'll be more than happy to try and help. Okay, thank you very much. Diolch yn fawr iawn.